Hi, everybody. So this is quite an impromptu rune reading that I thought I'd just do live because, when the mood strikes me. And this is going to be for the 31st slash 1st of April, depending on where you are, for the full moon in Libra, but also a happy Easter to all those who celebrate. Thank you so much for joining me for this Easter reading. I'm just going to wait maybe for 2 minutes and see if anybody else comes into the chat, but we'll see what is coming through for everybody. Hello, Harriet. Hello. Hope you're having a nice time or a nice day off or something like that. All right, so we're going to be seeing if there's anything going on in the world. Oh, you're at work, Harriet. No, naughty. Good girl. Okay. And hi, Alex, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so like I said before, this is a rune reading for the full moon on the 31st of March slash 1st of April in Libra, and just see if there's anything coming through for us all. And yeah, as you can see, my candle made a little bit of a mess. I was doing a spell for somebody the other day, and yeah, it kind of exploded. So I think it was the heat of all the stuff. Happy Easter, Alex. Thank you. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got coming in. Most on the thingy. Hang on, let's have a look. All right, so as always, I'm just going to focus on this little bit of cloth here. I'm not going to be looking at anything else necessarily, and I'm only going to be looking at the runes which are facing upwards. So this is going to be the main focus of it. But the first one we have here is Stuzaz, which is self-discipline, meditation, study. This is actually quite a strong rune to have, but it is kind of halfway to reverse. What I would say this is saying is, fortunately, for the 2 weeks, and this is going to people who thought things are going to go well, maybe not going so well. So we just need to maybe study ourselves, just meditate a little bit, have this feeling of, being quiet, not doing too much within ourselves, just being quite calm, I suppose, is the word of the day. Just being don't want that. Just being a bit calmer than maybe usual. And then we have a ruse, which is physical strength. So the more we meditate, the more that we kind of peace ourselves, the more that we're going to be feeling more wants and our impulses, impulse control. Maybe we want to be a little gluttonous over this new full moon. And that's always, something that's been tempting for every holiday. So it could just be the fact that we're now having downtime. Oh, well, diet's out the window in this quietness because I'm not doing anything. But that's the trick, basically. The trick is that you shouldn't really focus too much on that kind of stuff. You should maybe focus on what's going on in your inner world. I'm just going to move this up slightly to make sure everyone can see it. And then we have Yera, which is peace, happiness, hope. This could be something to do with the nature of the holiday season that we're having. It could be the fact that everyone is reflecting because we're not allowed to do anything else really with Mercury retrograde. So it could be that also I feel there's a little bit of setback coming in, but not a lot. So again, we're having to kind of move to one side. We're having to develop a little bit within ourselves. And can't remember where this was. I'm just going to pop it there. And kind of just focus on who we are basically as a people. But the thing that's actually bugging me is Perth, because this is a little bit of loneliness. So maybe some of us are feeling a little bit more lonely over the holiday season. There's something that's coming through suggesting that we need to be more aware of each other and everyone's needs. It could also be that we're not having the best times and we're looking for people to kind of comfort us and stuff like that. This is very personal, actually. Normally, when I do rune readings, this is more like expansive, world-based things coming through, and in the light of um, social justice and things like that. But at the moment, it seems very down, like very pinpointed to people, which isn't the worst thing, but it's also something that I think is kind of focusing on people within this Mercury retrograde. And Mercury is going retrograde in Aries. So obviously, this is going to cause a little bit of trouble when we want to be pushing forwards, when we want to be developing loads of stuff and going if you want. So that, I think, is something that's coming through, basically to say, hold your horses a little bit, take your time, you don't have to go overboard with it. So this is now kind of culminating in maybe a feeling of loneliness because you're not doing the things that you want to do. But also radar here, which is travel, relocation, dance of life. And this is very close to these two. So I would say this is saying there is a chance of movement, there is a chance of getting up off your feet, on your feet even, changes that you want to do. More as well. I would say that there's I don't know exactly why this is coming through very strongly, but it's not showing on here. It might be the new app that YouTube's doing, because the thing that YouTube does at the moment is, they've created this new live stream thing, so it might be to do with that. But thank you for letting me know, Alex. So it's something to do with the Commonwealth, maybe, and the travel, the relocation. Maybe it's something to do within that. I don't know. It just feels a little bit strange here. But then we have Goose,